everyone and welcome to my kitchen. Today we have corn flakes, we have some Parmesan cheese, some ranch dressing, and some chicken. And today we're going to make chicken fingers with mashed potatoes and peas. Now my potatoes are already peeled and they're in the water and they're boiling because that for me takes the longest amount of time to make. I want to show you how I use my everyday Thrifty Thursday finds. I ran out of freezer bags and I was looking and looking and looking where I could find some bags in the house, and I couldn't find any, but I found some of these for 25 cents. So my Thrifty Thursdays come in handy. We're going to take a bag and we're going to put our corn flakes in the bag and we are going to roll them so they're crushed up. I will share with you the recipe at the end of this video, so just make sure if you want the recipe, wait to the very end and I will share it with you. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour some corn flakes in our bag. Now I know this bag is way too big. It should have been only a gallon-sized bag, but you use what you have. Now I don't want to waste any, so we're just going to try, I'm going to eye it up. And I want to share with you just a little bit of a frugal tip. Do you have a Wise Market in your area? If you go with the Wise Market and their brand name, which is Value Time, you can get food really, really cheap. Their toilet paper in our region is 59 cents. Their laundry soap is $1.99 if you don't make your own. And these cornflakes were $1.37. Their cream cheese is only 97 cents. So, there you go. If you have a Wise in your area, check out their name brand. You can get some really good deals. Now, if only I could make them a spokesperson for my channel. Wow, can you imagine the money I would make then? But that's just my little tip from my house to yours. Alright, let's go ahead and just do a little bit more here. Because when you're making it this way, what you don't use, you cannot reuse because we're going to be putting chicken in it. So, let's go that. That seems like a perfect amount in my huge turkey-sized bags. So we're just going to twist it, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the rolling pin and we are going to chop them up real fine. So we're going to roll them with our rolling pin. Now I don't like mine terribly fine, like some would. I do like to have a little bit of them in larger pieces. I think it sticks really nice to the chicken and it looks real pretty. What we're going to do is we're going to make one batch to eat now and one batch to stick in the freezer. Now of course, if you have a family at home, then you probably would make all of these. So the potatoes were from my garden, so the potatoes are free. The peas at Wise's was $1.15 on sale. And the chicken was $6.22. Now, hubby and I can eat twice on this. So think of the savings there compared to going to a restaurant. Okay, looks good to me. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put them in this kettle just so you can see it better. If I was at home and I didn't have a video, I would be just putting them in the bag. Alright, and I can reuse this bag again. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to add some of my spices. It calls for parsley, but I'm going to add some of my own because parsley is in this mix. And it does not call for Parmesan cheese, but I'm going to add a little Parmesan cheese. Mix it up like that. We bought this creamy ranch dressing and it is a high-end dressing. We only paid $1.49 at the discount grocery store, but we didn't care for the flavor. It's really thick. I can't explain it. We just didn't care for it that well. But this will be great for dipping. So I'm going to use all of this. You know, and that's what restaurants do. So if restaurants make a big amount of food, then the next day they will use that food in other recipes. So they have a lot of extra hamburgers. They'll make chili and cut up those hamburgers. That's how Wendy's makes their chili. They use their hamburgers that they had that day and they will chop them up. So here is our chicken. And I'm going to put my chicken on a cookie sheet with some parchment paper. So we're going to go ahead, take our piece of chicken. We're going to dip it into our ranch dressing. In fact, this thicker ranch dressing works really well for dipping like this because it's thicker and it stays on the chicken. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our piece of chicken and we're going to coat it with our We're going to go ahead and take this piece of chicken and we're going to coat it with our cornflakes. So we'll go ahead, take another piece of chicken, dip it in the ranch dressing. Now, if you don't like ranch dressing, you can go ahead and dip it in eggs. If you don't like cornflakes, you can go ahead and dip it in breadcrumbs. But the cornflakes gives it a real crunchy taste, and it's really good. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do all of these chicken breasts, then I'll get back to you when they're all coated. So I'm going to bake these up right now, and that gives us 2 meals. And these we're going to pop in the freezer, and when they're frozen, then we'll put them in bags. So for $6, look at all of this chicken I got. That is amazing. I think that's a really good deal, and I also got it at Wise. Also, if you really want to stretch your food budget, go ahead and make a starch. Now, I'm not talking about your calorie intake. I'm talking about if you want to stretch your food budget. That way you aren't focusing on so much meat. So the meat is the smaller portion and have potatoes, rice, beans, anything that has a high calorie content that will help fill those bellies. So there's a little bit of what we're working on. We're going to get these in the oven, and let's go look at our potatoes. So here we have our potatoes, and I have enough to make me a meal today, and also going to make some potato bread. Behind you I have some peas. I have to put the lid on it, but I wanted to show you that these are the little seasoning cubes that we made the other week, and this is perfect for in our peas. So one of these go in our peas. This just shows you every day the things I make on my videos, how I use them. And I will share with you a link above me in case you missed this video, because it's a really fun video and I really enjoy making these seasoning cubes. So we have our chicken, we have our peas, and we have our potatoes. Mashed potatoes. And I'll get back to you when it's all finished. Well, our meal is complete. We have some mashed potatoes. You can see I made a lot of them, so we have enough for more than one meal. We have some peas with my herbal seasoning cubes. We have some gravy. Make a little hole in the potatoes for the gravy. And then we have our beautiful chicken fingers. I'll just take one and I'll give hubby 2. Now, you can eat your chicken fingers with any kind of sauce that you like, but let's give it a test and see how it turned out. Yum. Good old-fashioned mashed potatoes. That's a comfort food that's really, really frugal. And some peas. And a piece of our chicken fingers in some honey mustard sauce.